What if the slowing down you've been resisting is actually the medicine? What if the heaviness in your body, the need for rest, the desire to simplify is not laziness, but wisdom? What if your spirit is not asking you to do more right now, but to get rooted enough to sustain what you've been praying for? Because this new moon is not asking you to rush. It is asking you to return. Return to your body. Return to your values. Return to the ground beneath your feet. Return to what is real. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge, where astrology meets alchemy, and where we take what's written in the stars and bring it all the way down to earth, into our real lived experience. I'm Bashea Imana, the alchemist, and I'm here with my brilliant co-host, our astrology guide, the keeper of the cosmic map, Diana Vanessa.
Hi, Bashea. Hi, friends.
Today, we are entering the energy of the new moon in Taurus, rising on May 16th, 2026. A sacred reset rooted in renewal, stability, embodiment, and worth. And I have to say, Taurus energy is something many of us need more than we realize. Because we live in a world that praises speed, a world that celebrates constant movement, a world that tells us to produce, perform, pretend, push, and prove. But Taurus says, slow down. Come back into your body. Listen to the earth. Tend to the roots. Build something that can actually last. This new moon in Taurus is not asking us to chase abundance. It's asking us to align with it. And that's very different. Because abundance is not only about money. Abundance is rest. It is nourishment. Abundance is beauty. Abundance is a peaceful home. Abundance is clear agreements. Abundance is food that strengthens the body. Abundance is the ability to receive support without fear. Abundance is knowing what is yours to carry and what must be returned to the earth. So this moon is asking a powerful question. What are you building? And is it rooted in truth? Not fear, not survival, not performance, not habit, not what everybody expects from you. Truth, your truth, divine truth. Because Taurus teaches us that slow growth is still growth. A seed does not panic underground. It does not compare itself to the tree. It does not force itself to bloom before the roots are ready. It simply follows the wisdom of life. And families, some of us have been trying to bloom without roots, trying to build without rest, trying to create stability while our nervous systems are still in survival, trying to prove our worth instead of living from the truth that we are already worthy. But this new moon is a sacred invitation to pause, to breathe, and to ask, what do I truly value now? What does my body need in order to feel safe? Where have I been overcarrying? Where do I need clearer agreements around money, time, labor, support, or shared responsibility? Where have I confused comfort with safety? And what am I ready to plant with patience, care, and consistency? This is earth energy. This is body wisdom. This is ancestral wisdom. This is the wisdom of Asase, the Akan Earth Mother, reminding us that the earth is alive, generous, and sacred. She reminds us to honor the ground beneath our feet, the food that sustains us, the truth that steadies us, and the seeds we are responsible for nurturing. So wherever you are right now, take a breath. Relax your jaw. Soften your shoulders. Come back into your body. Because Taurus rules the neck, the throat, the shoulders, and the voice. So as we enter this conversation, I want you to notice, we want you to notice where you're holding the tension. What truths have been sitting in your throat? What has your body been trying to say that you keep overriding? This is not a moon for rushing into everything at once. This is a moon for choosing what is sustainable. And before we go any further, if you've been rocking with us here at the Lunar Lounge, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. We want to hear from you. So, beloved, what are you ready to grow? What needs stronger roots in your life? What does stability mean to you now? Because this is the conversation. This is not just me and Diana. This is our circle. And you're part of it. All right, let's get into it.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge, where the night slows down for you. Celestial rhythms moving, every breath aligns the truth. Astrology meets alchemy. Stars whisper what to do. Come sit beneath the moonlight, let the magic carry you. Aligning with the stars, aligning with the stars, the moon magic.
All right, family, and before we bring up Diana Vanessa, I just want to say something real. If you don't know, Diana and I are both introverts. So little by little, we are stretching ourselves and letting you all see our faces more. We love the wisdom, we love the conversations, we love the work, but being live on camera is definitely part of our growth edge. So today, we've decided to turn the cameras on and let you come into the room with us as we explore this new moon in Taurus together. It's so good to see you all in this way. Again, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for growing with us and being a part of this circle. And before we pass the mic, I want you to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs this message. So, Diana, are you ready to tell us what's happening in the stars?
Absolutely. So let me go ahead. Thank you, Bashea, for that beautiful intro. And I will bring up the chart. So we have the new moon in Taurus this Saturday, May 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Adjust for your time zone. We know at this point that a new moon is a dark moon, and which means that the sun and the moon are sitting next to each other in the sky. This is a time associated with starting something new. New moons mark the beginning of a new lunar cycle. What I'm describing now is going to happen over the course of the next 30 days. Pay attention to what is growing. In astrology, the moon describes the environment that we're oriented to. It also describes what we need. The sun shows us the central storyline and what is being consciously illuminated. At a new moon, the environment and the storyline merge together. So we have a new chapter beginning around the themes of the sign that the sun and the moon are sitting in. The sun and the moon are sitting together in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Taurus is associated with money, land, currency, our possessions, our food, and other forms of resources. Other ways of looking at Taurus, our values and our valuables, our material security, and our physical comfort. So the new moon is increasing awareness around these themes as it grows in light. The sun has been in Taurus for the last few weeks. Have you noticed greater attention around your money, your resources, your physical comfort? One of the main themes around this lunation that I've been getting as I look at this chart has to deal with the topic of financial dependence or independence, debt or shared financial obligations, and then other themes like trust, survival, the energetic cost of our relationships. Okay?
That's a big one.
That's a big one for this particular chart in general. We can also be looking over these next 30 days about like deeper qualities or deeper lessons around our self-worth. We may need to look at what needs to transform in our relationship to our money, intimacy, support, and shared resources.
Diana, it's really interesting that you are talking about that, because like that's where my head has been for the past few days. It's just that okay, so I'm a Capricorn, so you know that we're always talking about and thinking about resources. But even now, it was, let me go back and look at the budget. Let me go back and focus on, our financial assets. Let me go and look at what it is that we are building and how to make those things sustainable. So this is just right on point with what I've been seeing in my life, and then the emotional or the relationship trust piece is a big one.
Yeah, so there's the energetic cost of relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
The energetic cost of relationships.
And thanks for that. I have as well. We have all been focused on our resources, point, period, blank. And what has been happening to those resources, especially since the full moon in Scorpio that we had 2 weeks ago. Because the full moon in Scorpio, as you and I discussed, was showing us what truths need to be revealed. And a lot of the truth that has been revealed is truth around where I'm vulnerable when it comes to my material possessions, my assets, and my resources. So all of these themes are also very resonant with me right now as well. Couple of things. Taurus is fixed earth expression. It's not fast-moving energy. And so we have to remember during the course of these next 30 days, patience, cultivation, consistency, and the beauty of tending to things over time. I feel like whenever you and I get together and talk about Taurus, we're always talking about what we are growing over time, because of the nature of Taurus's ability to grow with time. So this moon is less instant manifestation and dramatic overnight changes, and more steady growth, strengthening foundations, and building support that is more durable.
Yeah, that is the energy of Taurus, for sure.
Part of what I have struggled with in Taurus specifically is learning how to feel safe enough to receive. I have struggled in my mind between knowing that I'm good, but really believing it enough in my body for me to actually feel that safety and the stability that we can have with Taurus. I say I desire this, but I also subconsciously am expecting struggle. And what I'm trying to consciously and actively do is to catch myself when I engage in scarcity thinking or survival consciousness or fear, fear-based speaking about my future, or having difficulty just recognizing the abundance that I already have in front of me. That's one of the more powerful tools for working with this, right? Being able to identify, I've got abundance, I've got gifts, I've got resources, focusing on that, right?
Right. It's interesting that you say that, because I was even just, as I was working on my workbook last week, talking about other ways that we need to be able to see abundance. Like, abundance is enough rest. Abundance is nourishing food. Abundance is friends. Yeah. Abundance is the ability to get up in the morning, right? And I often work with some clients with like feng shui and things like that, and helping them to organize things in their home. And many times when you talk to, and I don't even want to say them, but when we talk to each other, we talk from this place of scarcity. But when we look around someone's space and all the things that they need to clear out, it's like, do you realize? Well, let's not talk about this as clutter. Let us talk about this as abundance.
Yeah.
Even over abundance. You've got so much abundance that you can share it with a lot of other people. I know that was a more of an extreme example, but the things like rest, exercise, love from your family, your children, all of those things are abundance.
And all of those things help us to reprogram the feeling of lack that tends to prevent more abundance from coming in. And I love that, Bashea, because one of the next things I have in my notes here is about how micro habits like recognizing the abundance are ways to work with Taurus. Taking care of, celebrating our small wins, noticing what's already working, embodying self-possession in the present moment, even when things feel really unstable. Enjoying what is already here and focusing on what's growing instead of what feels uncertain right now. After the full moon in Scorpio video we did, I had someone tell me that they loved the video, but they were having a hard time figuring out how to identify where the full moon in Scorpio was landing in their birth chart. And so in order for you to know how to work with this new moon, you should know where Taurus is, because that house, the area of life where you have Taurus here is going to help you understand how to consciously work with this new moon.
Diana, if I could, just for clarification, so you're saying, look at the chart, find out where Taurus is. So if you could just, for those who might be new to astrology, just point out the symbol for Taurus for us.
So Taurus looks like a nose ring or a necklace. Okay. And Taurus, I associate nose rings with Tauruses. That's where I use
it. Oh, wow. Okay.
And so when I see this, I see the nose ring, but this is the glyph or the symbol that you want to look for in your birth chart to understand where the Taurus is. Most birth charts, or the tropical Western versions of birth charts, are going to have numbers somewhere around the wheel of the chart to indicate the area of life where the zodiac sign is expressing itself. In this particular chart, the Taurus is in the 8th house, because this is house number 8. So in this case, for this new moon in Taurus for the DC metro area, these Taurus themes, Bashea, are going to be playing out in the 8th house, which represents shared resources, debt, intimacy, psychological transformation, death, and insurance matters. So if you have Taurus in your 8th house, those areas of life are going to be impacted over the next 30 days.
I think one of the things, you talked about, what are the seeds we're planting and then that slow and steady growth. But when I also think about Taurus, I'm also thinking about how do we nourish those things and then how do we protect those things? I feel like that's also aligned with the Taurus energy. I did have a question too about Taurus being ruled by Venus, and where does that show up, or what does that look like?
To answer your first question, I think that the ways that we work with Taurus include some of the examples that we just discussed before. And that is remembering what we already have in front of us is one of the ways to work with it. Another way to work with and tend what you're growing in Taurus is to slow down, clarify your priorities. The best analogies for Taurus have to do with gardening. I think if you think of whatever you're growing with this new moon as your baby plant, your baby seed, tend to that. And that's one of the main ways to work with it. Venus, as you said, is the ruler of Taurus in astrology. And one of the supports that Venus offers here is indirect support. And that's because when Venus is in Gemini, which this is the sign, the glyph for Gemini, this is Venus here. Venus in Gemini can't see Taurus directly, but what's helping here is that Mercury is also in Taurus, getting ready to bounce out of Taurus and meet up with Uranus here in Gemini. But before Mercury does that, there's this important connection happening between Mercury in Venus's sign and Venus, who is in Mercury's sign. So the two planets are in what's called, Mercury's here, Venus is here. They're in what's called mutual reception. And what that means is that they're in each other's domiciles or homes. And so Mercury is giving support to Venus. It's almost like Mercury has left Venus with gifts in Mercury's house, and Venus has left Mercury with some gifts in the Taurus house. One of the main ways that Venus is offering support to Taurus here is through a shift in perspective, a shift in new ideas, because Venus is in Gemini, which is an air sign associated with thinking, connecting, speaking, learning. And so one of the powerful ways to do alchemy, to work with this Taurus new moon, is to shift, be around people who can help. First of all, shift your own thinking and perspective. But also, I'm finding that this whole week, or the whole time that Mercury and Venus have been in each other's signs, my stubborn, long-held beliefs have been changed by perspectives that have been offered to me by other women.
Wow.
Okay? And that's exactly how Venus here can show up. This could be a feminine idea, a feminine people bringing in new ideas that help shift the way we've been thinking about what we've got going on in Taurus. Does that make sense?
Yes, and my goodness, don't we need that right now?
So Mercury is the messenger planet here, and Mercury in Taurus is a very good financial planner. It's someone who can give good practical advice, not anything fancy. Again, Taurus is very practical, simple, stable. Mercury here is someone who's like, okay, bet, this isn't working. 1, 2, 3, this is how you fix the issue. No flowers, no embellishment. All right? And so I love that support here. And I also love that we've got Venus here opening up our perspective. So Mercury is going to give us the ability to put together a practical plan for whatever we're dealing with here in Taurus. And what we're dealing with here in Taurus also has to deal with our fears, because a little character that I put in this week is the fixed star Algol.
I was just about to ask you about it.
Which one of the things it represents is having to face our fears head on. So that's another reason why these themes around scarcity, struggle, embodiment are coming up so fiercely, because we're being asked to look at them face on, head on. We've seen what has been made us vulnerable. How do we strengthen that while also facing the fear of the instability or insecurity, the potential for it? All right, so a few more things. Uranus in Gemini is here. Mercury is going to meet up with Uranus on Sunday, and I think we're going to start seeing acceleration of conversations around how we communicate, how we learn. Uranus in astrology represents what shakes us up. It's the awakener, it's the liberator, it's a disruptor. While we're creating stability in Taurus, there's also going to be disruption.
Yeah, I think when you gave the garden analogy, it makes me think of like before you plant seeds, you have to till the soil, right? So you've got to kind of disrupt things. It just can't be so compact that things can be planted and grow.
Love that. And Uranus destabilizes, okay? So it destabilized. It was in Taurus for the last 7 years, destabilizing money, trying its best to destabilize money and resources.
Jacking up our money, right?
Yeah, but Taurus is very stubborn. So Uranus didn't love, if I'm Uranus, I don't love Taurus because Taurus is fixed earth energy, which doesn't like to move. Mercury is a lot more dynamic. So I think this is going to lead to really different and innovative ideas around sustainability, around our resources. I also think that it's leading to technological shifts that we haven't seen before. And there's just going to be a lot when it comes to information systems, media, and communication systems that are shifting. I think the disruption energy is going to be a lot more palpable and can actually help us really move in the Taurus areas of our lives. Moving here to Mars in Aries. Mars has really been getting us to do the new thing. We've been talking about mojo in Aries. We've been trying to initiate, set it off. Even though it's getting ready to move into Taurus itself, Mars is still in Aries at this point in the new moon chart. Mars represents action, will, drive, assertion. Mars has left a conjunction. It's separating from a conjunction. Actually, they're exactly conjoined, Mars and asteroid Chiron. So what I'm getting from this, and we've talked about Chiron as being the wounded healer associated with helping us to figure out how to individuate and to become more independent. This is suggesting to me that we're getting the actions. Mars is leaving Chiron. It's saying, I'm acting on this new leadership initiative. I'm alchemized Chiron, and now I'm about to make some major moves with this. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay. So I see Mars in Aries here is we still have strong drive and initiative to do our own thing. I think that this is helpful for courage. It's helpful to continue the momentum that we have. We do have to continue to watch out for impulsiveness or reactivity in whatever it is we're doing, and not responding from survival instinct, because Aries will act impulsively if it's being threatened. And so we just want to make sure that we're doing our best to stay slow and steady like a good Taurus. And let's see who else I want to mention. I do want to highlight that we have Jupiter here in the zodiac sign of Cancer. Jupiter represents amplification, expansion, growth. The sun and the moon have already had conversations with Jupiter in this new moon chart. They're in what's called a separating sextile from Jupiter. And I see this as suggesting supportive momentum for what we're doing. Opportunities for Jupiter here offers us opportunities for emotional growth, as well as this material growth here in Taurus. And Jupiter is about our beliefs and the systems that we hold in our minds and our hearts based on those beliefs. So to work with Jupiter here is to be able to step into this new moon with the understanding that faith is also behind our ability to cultivate this new beginning, this new stability, and this new sustainability. So the potential for growth is here. I say this to everyone who has strong Taurus placements. You are always well-resourced. Taurus has the gift of being able to support itself. It's also Taurus's Achilles heel.
Can you talk about that just a little bit? How is it the Achilles heel?
It's the Achilles heel because it's the same issue that Taurus worries about. Taurus will be surrounded by abundance, but be worried that it doesn't have enough. As Taurus has to be careful not to become too attached to what it already has. It is part of the innate gift of Taurus to be able to stabilize itself.
Right. I think one of the things that I had put in the new moon workbook is this new moon in Taurus is not asking us to chase abundance, but it's asking us to be more aligned with it. And so we're looking at it from just a different perspective.
Yes, yes, and yes. And beautiful. And I'm looking forward to receiving the notebook. It's going to be wonderful work. So I'm recommending anybody, please get the workbook this month, because if you haven't gotten a workbook yet and haven't started intentionally working with these lunar cycles, this is the time.
Okay, can I also say, getting your weekly newsletters, right? You go through everything much deeper through an astrological lens. And so, there's opportunities for us to all learn and grow and move in alignment with what we like to call the creator's calendar. Please, if you're listening, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and at the same time, go into the description link and just go ahead and click on how to get the new moon workbook and how to get Diana Vanessa's weekly newsletters. They are absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Bashea.
We hope you enjoyed seeing our faces live and in person. And family, as we close this episode of the Lunar Lounge, we invite you to carry this new moon and Taurus energy into your everyday life. This is not just about listening to the stars. It is about bringing the wisdom down into the body, into the home, into our choices, our relationships, into our money, our food, into our healing, and into the life we are building day by day, little by little. This Taurus new moon is asking us to slow down, get rooted, and rebuild from within. So take a moment this week to ask yourself, what am I ready to plant? What am I ready to nourish? What am I ready to stop carrying? And what does true stability feel like in my body? Looking for the guided meditation? Well, this was a longer podcast, so the link should pop up next. We would also love to invite you to join us for our upcoming New Moon Circle on Sunday, May 17th. We are gathering in the energy of Taurus for an alignment workshop with our beautiful sister Umoya called Living Within the Awareness of Life. We will be sharing nourishing foods, grounding reflection, sacred community, and a wonderful hands-on paint and plant activity, a living reminder that what we nurture with intention can grow into something rooted, healing, and alive. You can register through the links in the show notes. To go deeper with us, join our sacred community at the Umoya and Diana Vanessa Astrology, where we offer monthly new moon circles, new moon workbooks, spiritual guidance, sacred gatherings, transformational experiences designed to help you live in rhythm with the Creator's cycles. You can find the Umoya New Moon Workbook subscription, Moon Circle membership, and upcoming circle registration linked in the show notes or the YouTube description. All 2026 New Moon Circle dates are also listed in the workbooks. To stay connected with the Umoya on Instagram at the Umoya, that's UMOYAWELL, on YouTube at the Umoya, and on Facebook at the Umoya. You can also email me at iam@theumoyawell.com. Y'all, Diana Vanessa will change your life. Her readings are remarkable and so real. If you would like a personalized astrological reading with Diana Vanessa, you can visit her website at dianavanessa.com. Email her at diana@dianavanessa.com or connect with her on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Diana Vanessa _MBA. She also provides a powerful newsletter that will give you everything you need to align. You will thank her. It is that powerful. And of course, support the Lunar Lounge by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing this episode with someone who is ready to slow down, get grounded, and plant something new. We want to hear from you. What are you ready to plant under this new moon in Taurus? What are you ready to nourish? What are you rebuilding from within? Drop it in the comments. I'm Bashea Imana, the alchemist, with Diana Vanessa, the astrologer, and this is the Lunar Lounge, where astrology meets alchemy, and where we bring what's written in the stars all the way down to earth. Until next time, stay rooted, stay nourished, and remember, what is planted in truth will rise in divine timing. Peace.